Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Despite its ongoing financial crisis, KTM remains resolute in its MotoGP commitment. The Austrian manufacturer has announced it will begin assembling its 2025 bikes next week, staying on schedule for the upcoming season. Honda's struggles in MotoGP over recent years have been well documented. But according to LCR team boss Lucio Cecchinello, the Japanese manufacturer did little to address them during Marc Marquez's 2020 absence. Here are the reports on how this impacted Honda's fortunes. Ducati's historic 2024 MotoGP campaign set new standards for dominance, but according to Luca Marini, the arrival of Marc Marquez alongside Francesco Bagnaia at the factory Ducati team could push the Italian marque to even greater heights in 2025. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. KTM is currently navigating a severe financial crisis, with debts exceeding €3 billion. The company has entered a restructuring process to avoid bankruptcy, a move that includes scaling back its factory involvement in multiple motorsport disciplines. While KTM has confirmed its MotoGP participation for 2025, a planned withdrawal from the series in 2026 remains a looming possibility, as mentioned during the first creditors' hearing. The racing division has implemented a 100-point cost-cutting plan, and concerns have arisen about the development of its 2025 prototype amidst the financial turmoil. Despite these challenges, KTM's technical chief Wolfgang Felber has reassured fans and stakeholders that preparations for 2025 are on track. Felber confirmed that assembly of the 2025 bikes will begin on Monday, with a strict timeline ensuring readiness for the Sepang preseason test at the end of January. As far as preparations for the new season are concerned, everything is currently going as normal. In recent years we have trimmed all processes so that we build the new machines in the third week of the year. It will be the same in 2025. Everything is timed so that at the end of week 3, we pack the boxes for the big test in Sepang. From then on, the bikes are on the road for a long time. The vehicles will only return to Munderfing for the European season opener in Jerez. Quote from Wolfgang Felber. Due to financial constraints, KTM's 2025 bike will feature an evolutionary design rather than a radical overhaul. Felber explained that the 2025 prototype, tested last year, met expectations and will serve as the base model for the upcoming season. KTM will also reuse some existing components, such as handlebars and other low-mileage parts, to cut costs without compromising performance. The 2025 version worked as hoped, and the basis has been defined. A radical new approach was out of the question. The plan now is to build all machines accordingly with new parts. There are differences in ergonomics for each rider and specific solutions for the rear brake. But where possible, we'll reuse parts to ensure efficiency. KTM will field 4 bikes in 2025, with riders Pedro Acosta, Brad Binder, Maverick Vinales, and Enea Bastianini. While the company's financial future remains uncertain, its commitment to MotoGP next season appears unwavering. KTM's evolutionary approach to its 2025 bike could help maintain competitiveness without the burden of extensive development costs. Wolfgang Felber's reassurance provides a glimmer of stability amid KTM's financial woes. With preparations for the 2025 season underway, all eyes are on the Sepang test to see how KTM performs under pressure. Stay tuned for further updates. Marc Marquez and Honda dominated the MotoGP landscape throughout much of the 2010s. Between 2013 and 2019, Marquez secured 6 Premier Class titles, including a record-breaking 2019 season where he claimed 12 wins and finished on the podium in all but one race. However, Honda's reliance on Marquez became evident as the RC213V proved difficult for other riders. Cal Crutchlow was the only non-Marquez rider to score a podium in 2019, highlighting a growing issue with bike development. In 2020, MotoGP was thrown into turmoil by the COVID-19 pandemic, and Honda faced its own crisis when Marquez suffered a severe arm injury at the season opener in Jerez. The injury sidelined him for the entire season, and Honda endured its first winless campaign since 1982. According to Cecchinello, Honda failed to take action during Marquez's absence. The bike with Marc was fine. He was able to cope with the special front of the Honda and used a harder tire than the others. An example is the Jerez race in 2020. He overtook everyone before his crash and showed an incredible comeback after getting back on the bike. Then Honda decided to wait for Marc to recover, but as we know, there were complications. During Marc's absence, we did nothing in terms of development, while the others continued to evolve their projects. Quote from Lucio Cecchinello. Marquez's extended absence exposed Honda's lack of adaptability. As rivals like Ducati and Yamaha advanced aerodynamics and overall bike development, Honda remained stagnant. Cecchinello noted that progress only began in 2021 when Marquez returned for select races and highlighted the advancements made by competitors. However, by then, Honda had fallen significantly behind. Honda's struggles persisted, culminating in 3 winless seasons between 2020 and 2024. Frustrated with the lack of progress, Marquez left Honda at the end of 2023, joining Gresini Ducati for 2024. Last season, Marquez reignited his career, winning 3 races, his first since 2021, and securing a factory Ducati seat for 2025. Marc's departure was a wake-up call for Honda. The others had moved forward, and unfortunately, we were left playing catch-up. LCR team's boss concluded. Honda's inability to adapt during Marquez's 2020 absence marked a turning point for the manufacturer in MotoGP. As Marquez thrives with Ducati, Honda faces the daunting task of rebuilding its legacy in the sport. Stay tuned for more updates. Ducati's 2024 campaign was one for the history books. Winning 19 of 20 Grands Prix, achieving a perfect top 8 sprint sweep in Buram, and securing their 5th Constructors' title and 3rd Riders' crown in as many years, the Bologna-based outfit left its rivals in the dust. Former VR46 Ducati rider Luca Marini, now with Honda, called the GP24 the best bike in history. Best bike in history for sure. They made a fantastic job. Quote from Luca Marini. But while Ducati will scale back from 8 bikes to 6 in 2025 and lose reigning champion Jorge Martin to Aprilia, Marini believes the factory's new rider pairing of Bagnaia and Marquez could make the team even more formidable. Francesco Bagnaia, Ducati's reigning world champion, now shares the garage with 8-time world champion Marc Marquez, who joined the factory squad after an impressive 2024 season with Gresini Ducati. Marini predicts the pairing will bring out the best in both riders. With Pecco and Marc together in the same team, they will push each other to improve themselves. If Aprilia and KTM cannot reach Ducati's level, we could see just the 2 of them fighting for victory every race. Ducati's dominance last year echoed Honda's peak in 2003, when the RC211V claimed 15 of 16 wins under Valentino Rossi's stewardship. But Marini suggested Ducati's true potential may not yet be realized. Maybe the peak has not yet arrived. Looking further back, Honda's perfect sweep of all 15 Grands Prix in 1997 with Mick Doohan and Alex Crivell remains unmatched in the modern era. Could Ducati's 2025 roster of Bagnaia, Marquez, and Fabio Di Giannantonio finally achieve an unbeaten season? While Ducati set the bar high, the competition isn't standing still. Aprilia has strengthened its lineup with Jorge Martin and Marco Bezzecchi, while KTM welcomes Moto2 champion Pedro Acosta to its factory team alongside Brad Binder. However, the Desmosedicised sole defeat in 2024 came at Coda, where Maverick Vinales triumphed for Aprilia. Vinales has since moved to Tech 3 KTM, with Alex Espargaro retiring to take on a test rider role with Honda. Despite the growing competition, the spotlight is firmly on Ducati, and whether its star-studded lineup can further cement its dominance. With Bagnaia and Marquez leading the charge, 2025 promises to be another thrilling year for Ducati in MotoGP. But can anyone challenge their supremacy? Stay tuned as we count down to the new season. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.